Everyone's. We are here. You are here. We're all here with another episode of.
Is my point valid?
Yes, we are here. We are going to get this thing crunk up once again.
Crunk up.
We're going to crunk up. We're going to crank up, crunk up. We're going to do that. We're going to do all of that.
It's
You
so
feel me?
ironic that you said crunk last week.
Yeah.
And Soulja Boy and Bow Wow had did their verses battle. Don't
Yeah.
be looking like that. But they was, you remember back, well, they were my class. Like, I was with them because they're my age. And I used to get crunk, and do, hey.
Oh, all that.
That
Lean
was
with
me.
it and rocking with it and
Okay.
all of that good stuff.
Anyway, I just.
But anyway, we're going to get this thing crunk up, quote unquote, with another. Let me back that up. Not another. We're going to get this thing crunk up with What You Know Good.
What you know good.
Yes, goodness. So what you got on What You Know Good, baby?
All right, so something exciting that has launched on July 1st.
And what is that?
It is Amika Diamond Inc.
Shout out to Mika Diamond.
Yes,
Inc.
and a collaboration with myself and some other wonderful ladies like Sheila Marie Anderson,
Shout
Michelle
out.
Daniels,
Yeah.
Candy Green,
Yeah.
Mika Diamond,
Once again.
McCarran Daniels,
Okay.
Carlisha Maddow.
Okay.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
were trying to reach young girls, and it's Embrace the Queen Within registration.
women.
Yes, registration opened July 1st for girls 12 through 18, and it's a 6-week program where we're just trying to enhance and build a more solid foundation because the world is changing, but we want our girls to know that hey, it's okay to just be queens,
Yeah. Authentically you.
So if you are interested, you can reach out to me, and I can give you some more information on that. It's a lot. It's gonna be some goodness. Like some of the sessions are common courtesies, personal hygiene, fashion appropriate dress. Because we be seeing some people out here looking
A hot mess.
What?
Yeah.
proper makeup application, dining out, how to set a proper table. I
Absolutely.
love that. I like that.
And a lot of these things may seem simple, but you will be surprised how much
Exactly.
people don't know.
Yes.
So we're going to make sure, or they are going to make sure y'all have this understanding of what needs to be said, what needs to be done, and how you need to look in the process.
Absolutely. We also have public speaking, entrepreneurship, which business, mirror image. How do you see yourself in the mirror? What do you want to see? Peer pressure. Girls be
It's
going
real.
through that. It is real.
Yeah,
the
it's out
woes
here.
of social media. I grew up with like MySpace and stuff, but it's
It
different.
wasn't that serious
it's
back then.
different now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get that. Goal setting, self-love, loving yourself. I am not my hair, and a lot more, right? So we also have sponsorship. So if you would like to sponsor a girl, some girls, the packages started $350. You have the next one, which is $200, and the last one for $100. So if you would like to sponsor or you have any donations, you can email embracethequeen2021@gmail.com. All right, so reach out to us. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All you mothers of daughters and
Yes.
fathers of daughters and couples of daughters.
If your daughter is
Yes.
between the ages of 12 and 18, reach out to us. We can work out some, but yeah. So embrace the queen within.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so my next what you know good. I watched another documentary this week.
Y'all know she ain't on them documentaries. If y'all don't know, you gonna soon find out.
Do not judge me. But
Yeah.
this one was on Hulu. So the one I watched is called Summer Soul. It's a documentary that Questlove was a part of. And get this, it was in 1969, December of 1969, when Woodstock was taking place, there was another festival taking place in Harlem. And it was the Harlem Cultural Festival in the summer of 1969. And the reason for this was Martin Luther King had just died in 68. And so what they were doing, Martin Luther King had died, JFK had died, Robert, his brother had died, Malcolm X had died. So the cities and states and everything, they were going through like, man, these people were supposed to help us, supposed to get us through. So it was like a time of, we needed uplifting. And so it was in order to divert another riot, because when things were happening like we see today,
Absolutely.
riots
We
were
wanna
taking
act on
place.
it.
We acting. We're This is what we need. We need justice because this was supposed to happen and this wasn't happening. So just a few of the acts that were on Summer Soul, and it's so crazy because one of the acts was Nina Simone, and I've always seen this footage because they show this footage of her singing Young, Gifted, and Black. And it was amazing because I always saw it, but it was
you
amazing.
never knew where it came
I never knew where it came from.
Yeah.
And mind you, this footage, the whole documentary that they're showing, it had been in somebody's basement for the past 50 years. So nobody had saw it. Nobody knew that it had been recorded. And this man who was like a little boy when he was there, he said, I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew this happened, but I didn't have any proof. That's wild.
That is
right.
wild.
He's like, I didn't.
The things
know.
they don't want you to
He's
see.
like, whoa. But anyway, to get through that, some of the people that were a part of this Harlem Cultural Festival were Fifth Dimension, the Staples Sisters, the Edwin Hawkins Singers, Mahalia Jackson. I was like, she was up there like chills. I had chills watching it. Tony Lawrence, who I had never heard of, but he was a host, and he was like they called him a hustler, but he got things done for the community.
He was a slick talker.
Man. Reverend Jesse Jackson, David Ruffin. David Ruffin got up there and sang "My Girl." Chills again. Gladys Knight and the Pips, Sly and the Family Stone. Woo! I'm so excited. Moms Mabley was up there telling some jokes. Stevie Wonder. And like I said, Nina Simone. So if you're interested in documentaries, the way I'm interested in documentaries, especially knowing things that took place that we don't know about, it's on Hulu. Summer Soul. I think it's Summer Soul. But,
Summer Soul.
yeah, real good. And that's the end of my What You Know Good.
That was real good. Okay. You know a lot that's good, huh? Yeah.
All right.
But with that, the wrapping up of that, we're going to get right into this topic.
Okay.
So, the topic for today is going to be.
Yeah. Is it fair or not?
So.
Yeah.
We know that oftentimes when things happen, there tends to be a different result.
Yes.
Depending on who you are.
Yes.
What you look like.
Yes.
Where you come from.
Absolutely.
How much money you got.
For sure.
So, with all of that being said, is it fair?
Is it fair?
Or should we even have an expectation of being fair?
Ooh.
And I just thought that up. That just came out the top of my head. We freestyling over here. Yeah.
All right, freestyle Friday.
Is it fair for us to have an expectation of fair?
That's real because you know how like growing up, your sibling, maybe you had to cut something in half and your sibling got the bigger piece and like that's not fair.
Yeah.
But no, I cut like your mama might have cut it, but everything isn't equal, right? Yeah. And so we look at it and be like, that's not fair.
We're gonna waste time to try to get it perfect so you
right?
satisfied.
It's not fair. What is fair?
What is fair?
So today I have 3 instances where I want to know your opinion, I guess my opinion, and I want to know y'all's opinion on whether things that have transpired are fair or not. So the first one that I do want to get into is Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yeah.
As we've all seen all over the news, all over Facebook, all
You
over
seen it.
Instagram, we've all seen it.
Yeah.
We've all, well, I have not, have seen, well, yeah, I was going to say we all have said, I'm going to say we've all have seen some criticism. We've all seen some backlash.
Some backlash, absolutely.
So, really, my question is, was she treated fairly? In this instance, and I'm not gonna say that she made a mistake, because I don't think it is a mistake. I think she was going through something.
Hold on now.
It was a mistake.
Okay, all right. Let's be real. That it was a mistake.
Yeah,
it was a willing mistake.
Yeah, it was done.
So did some say some will say it's devil's advocate. So I'm just being real. I'm just giving you a whole picture of this thing. So with Sha'Carri,
I think it was a mistake that wasn't thought through. I think she was going through something.
Absolutely,
and she had to
figure it out on her own.
And you would see some people would probably go pop something, right?
That's real.
But she took ownership of it. But you saw a lot of people kind of slander her name.
Absolutely.
And that's where it's
and my thing is, who are you, or who am I, or who are any of us to tell someone how to grieve, how to deal with what they're going through? We don't know what these people are going through.
Right.
And like she clearly says, she has to put on this face for the world.
She's 21.
She's 21.
She's 21 years old.
And she's a face of a whole sport.
Yes.
So, like she was saying in the little interview that she did, and mind you, she should have had somebody with her.
Yeah.
But aside from that, she was saying that she was going through some stuff, and she had, instead of her trying to figure out how to hide herself, she had to figure that wasn't an option.
Right.
She was going to be out there in the front, so she had to figure out a way to hide her pain.
Yeah.
So, like you say, some people pop things, some people smoke something, some people drink something, some people go gamble. We all have something that we use as a coping mechanism.
So was she treated fairly? In and what we saw, and from what we've seen in previous years with certain athletes, right? And them not probably being judged as harshly because she was already...
Her counterparts?
Yeah, but she was already being judged because of her appearance.
Already.
Right? So there was already...
something
on... she was the target.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
so this was kind of like, I
knew it was something. But I'm going to tell you like this. Weed doesn't make you faster.
No.
Matter of fact, I believe weed will probably slow you down.
Yeah.
So she's out here running circles around people, and she's high.
She high. Got to be more careful.
Got to be more careful, say, man. If y'all, matter of fact, y'all might want her to be high, because if she come up off that high, she really gonna be running circles around folks.
Whoa.
Lord have mercy. But back to the regular scheduled program.
Amazing. Well, so was she treated fairly?
Man, I'm gonna say this. We as a culture, should never expect to be treated fairly. Ever. That should just be the expectation.
Yeah, I don't.
And history clearly says this.
Yeah, but we can change our expectations, and we can treat, like, a lot of the backlash that I saw
came from us.
Yeah. So it's like, why are we not showing ourselves?
Because we're so scared. We don't like ourselves so much that we don't like the next person that look like us.
That's real. And it's like, we need to expect more from us. Yeah. Like,
and stop. And we already get enough backlash and criticism from them.
Yes. And that's where we pick it up from, I think. Like,
absolutely.
Because of their criticism and because of their...
that's like the standard.
Yeah, but it's not. We can make our standards. We can be, more than. And
We
then,
are
of
us.
course, I saw somebody who wrote, and then we'll go on to the next person, which I thought was very, very interesting because it was like there are rules set into place. Like, forget color, forget who came up with the criticism. There are rules set into place that should have been followed.
Absolutely.
And
But when you set on changing moving the goalpost, anything is possible.
And so there was also the comments of where is her team and who is in her corner making sure that she is really, really good, or
At the same,
I'm just putting it out there.
And I'm just putting this out there. That may be true, but you cannot watch somebody 24/7. And when the person is by themselves is when they feel it the most. So that's when they need that coping mechanism the most.
Yep.
So trying to watch a grown person is pretty much not an option. These aren't children. These are grown people. They make their own decisions, and she made a decision. And I'm not saying it's a right decision or a wrong decision. I'm just saying she made a decision,
and she has
and
to
she
deal with
knew what it
the
was.
consequences, right?
She already knew what it was.
Right.
So I mean, it is what it is, basically.
Yeah. But I mean, was she treated fairly?
I'm not.
Criticism and
Like I
backlash?
say,
No.
we shouldn't expect to be treated fairly. So with that, I'm gonna say no, she wasn't.
All right. So next up in the news that.
My boy.
Oh, really?
My boy.
Oh no. So the Bill Cosby's overturned verdict.
Lord have mercy. This man coming out.
So we know that whenever, like 2.5 years ago, he had been sentenced.
He was sentenced
And put in
to
jail.
the penal system.
He was in jail.
Yeah.
For
That man was in prison.
yeah.
He passed the
Yeah,
jail
he was-
phase.
yeah.
He was up the road.
For his decisions and making some advances that shouldn't have been taken.
Yeah.
So here's what
Advantage.
advances. So I read the deposition. I read that.
She read that.
I really did
She
read
did
it.
that.
I went and I read it to really fully understand before I got on here and talked about something and wasn't talking out the side of my neck.
I didn't read the deposition, so I'm going off of what she's saying.
But I read some of it to you.
Absolutely.
Which was, in this deposition, he admitted that he was drugging women, y'all.
He was doing it.
He was doing it.
He said he was doing it.
He said it.
That's
He
what that
admitted
man
it.
said.
It's in the deposition, and you can Google it and find it and read it yourself.
It's
right?
there.
It's right there,
Black and white.
So, why I'm bringing this overturned verdict up is because I've seen a lot of things on this as well. A lot of opinions, right? We have opinions.
Opinions.
But are we reading the facts? Now, why was his verdict overturned is what a lot of people are like, yes, it's justice and he wasn't
It's
supposed
not
to be.
because
It's
he's
not
not
because
guilty.
He's not guilty.
He is not an innocent
He's
man.
not. It is because the previous DA did not, what is it? He had it set up where he could never go to trial for this because it was like he didn't want to revoke.
He signed he signed and paid a non-disclosure to his accusers.
And the woman
Was supposed to go away.
did a civil lawsuit, and in that paperwork, the former DA said
They cannot
prosecute you. Mm-hmm. So what the new people came in and did,
the new
prosecutors came in and said
the prosecutors ain't even working together.
And was all like,
Lord have mercy.
He didn't say anything about this. She didn't say anything about this.
Nobody
so
said
where
nothing.
is this at? But it's this paperwork saying, in this deposition saying, you're not going to invoke your Fifth Amendment. Like, you will never go to trial. You paid this.
Therefore, you will never go to jail.
You will never go to jail. So what these people do, They messed
new
up.
people.
They messed up. So he got off on a technicality. Honest.
Lord have mercy.
Go
Them
read the definition.
technicalities,
That's
boy.
what, that's,
They-
it
man.
wasn't that he wasn't guilty. It
He
was
did it.
that
He did it.
it was like a loophole.
Man,
right?
that boy fell right through the loophole. Now he had to hide.
Man, so
Chilling.
Man,
I know his accusers
it
is mad.
fair how this was set up? That's my question. I don't like. I've seen a lot of people say, "Well, he didn't do it," and those women, they knew what they were getting into. Hold up, let me stop you there. If I'm 18, 19, 20, 21 years old, and I'm trying to go see somebody, and I know that I could go up there and possibly be engaged in something, but what I'm not going into is somebody drugging me and then taking advantage of me. Like, I know I'm walking into something, but not for somebody to have their way with me. So we have to be careful with that. And when we say those women, and it was but they might have been groupies. You know what I'm saying? That's what they was gonna do, but they didn't walk into a situation thinking that they were going to be drugged and then taken advantage of.
That's real.
And then wake up and be like, well, he was doing this to me. So it's not consent. It's not consent. So we got to be careful with what we say, right? But is it fair?
It was fair. now hold on. Now
fair?
which part? Which part?
That's what I'm saying.
All right, it was. I mean,
I'm not.
ultimately, it wasn't fair that he
fair.
went to prison,
Right.
Because he paid.
He paid, and the money was $3.38 million that he paid.
He paid that money for y'all to shut up.
Yeah, and it was
And
just
go
one.
away.
It was just one woman. Everybody else who was coming in
Y'all
and
ain't had nothing to do with
testifying
nothing.
didn't have anything to do with it, which is like wild, right?
So
It was
how
just
did they
one.
bringing in all of these witnesses
Right.
on a case that shouldn't even been in?
It's wild, right?
So that part wasn't fair, but it was fair that they came and got that man.
yeah,
I mean, that's the law.
yeah.
Man, say they got ways of figuring out. It sounds like a whole bunch of goalposts moving.
Hey,
Is what it sounds like.
it's
That's what it sounds like to
it's
me.
a way to work the system.
It sounds
again.
like a trend
And then
in the system.
my other question is, don't they use taxpayers' money to go to trial?
Yeah, we
So-
paid all that.
Even though this is in Pennsylvania, I don't live there, but was it fair to those people?
Say somebody need their money back. He need to pay. Somebody need to pay some reparations.
Man, isn't that crazy? Like,
God dog it.
because they never should have took him to trial, but all that money went into it. So what do people do? Like, yo, I know people are upset. Like, I know
I pay my
like,
money, and
whoa.
this man is out
he's out there free.
doing his thing.
And he needs to sit down and just hush. That's my opinion.
He bet say I'm hearing through the grapevine. He talking about doing a documentary.
Mr. Cosby, please
Man,
sit
please,
down. Don't
please
do
sit down.
anything.
Man, they looking for a reason.
Just
They gonna doggone OJ you.
got off on a technicality.
Please leave it alone.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Just sit at the high.
That's it. So now we're done with that one.
We done with old
I just wanted
Bill.
to know: is it fair? Do y'all feel it's fair? Read the deposition. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of eateries,
Eateries?
like restaurants,
I thought you said eateries.
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 And some people have been saying this too about people in dress codes. You
Huh.
know, dress codes in restaurants. and
Restaurants?
Dress codes and how you go to the airport and what you wear
In the
on
mall
plane
and all
of
kind
that.
of these places.
And my is it fair question with this is it fair that folks are making a big deal about appearance in
All right.
establishments?
All right, so peep this.
Yes.
I feel
Yeah.
as though people should have a certain level of respect for themselves and the people around them.
What if what they're wearing is how they respect themselves?
Well, then there's a bigger problem.
I'm
Because
just saying.
there is a certain level of what's appropriate in public, and in recent years we have stretched and extended and bent over backwards that standard. So we need to get back to reality. That you don't need to be showing your booty all out there in public. We don't need to see your nipples. Even though it may be nice for some people. I'm just saying. It may be nice. I know a lot of people that aren't complaining.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I said, we don't need to be out here exposing ourselves to leave something to the imagination. Have some respect for yourself. Would your mama? Matter of fact, I'm going to rewind that because some of y'all mamas is out here like that.
Whoa. But my question is it fair that people are making a big deal? Like, there's a celebrity, there's a comedic, I'm not going to say her name. If you've read headlines, you've known that she has been making a big deal about bonnets at the airport. And we go out and you're wearing a bonnet. Look, for me, I'm just going to wear my bonnet at home. At night. If other people do that,
that's on you.
That's on
but
them.
The people that I know, the women that I know, they're not going outside.
Of course
and
not.
I mean, that may be a shot or whatever. But the women that I know that operate in the integrity that I know ain't going outside with their hair twisted up. They ain't going in with curlers.
I do be having my hair twisted up.
Outside? But yours doesn't look like.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Yeah, but y'all know what I'm saying.
Hold on.
But like I'm saying, if that's what you rock with, then that's on you. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Right.
Mind your business.
But
is it fair?
Is it fair? Now, restaurants are saying, a local restaurant here in Houston is saying, hey, hold up.
We don't need y'all business.
Y'all ain't about to come step in here. So is it fair for them? Is it fair for a business to do that?
Yes.
Yes. Because why?
That's their business.
Right.
This is my establishment.
Is it fair for people to complain that?
They can say what they want to say. They can complain all they want to.
Because why?
Ain't nobody listening. Because this is my establishment.
And this is how I know I'm
going to run. Exactly. This ain't no strip club.
Because that's a different type of
it's a certain place in a certain time for certain things, and people tend to go to some of these places after the club. So maybe you need not to go to them places after the club, or if the establishment is open during these after-hour club hours. How you gonna tell people that they can't come because this is what they already got on, and you're operating during those hours?
That's what I was gonna say. You're operating during those hours.
So that's another.
Interesting.
That's something else. So maybe you need to change your hours.
Interesting. I never thought about that.
Huh?
That's very, very good.
Maybe your hours correlate with the wrong message.
Just like.
Maybe you need to be a 9 to 5 business, and not a 9 to 2 business.
Like, just are all what we see as fair. Some people don't see as fair, and that's okay, right? I think with all these things, we have to look at the facts. We have to look at what's going on. Yep. We have to
the total picture, the whole picture. Man, we looking at these things from only our aspect.
It's be one-sided.
Yes, man.
We don't know what's happening in somebody else's mind. We don't know what if the technicality for Mr. Cosby was set up on purpose because they knew if you do this, then we don't know what type of cahoots people be in. We don't know about Sha'Carri Richardson and her mental and all this, and
absolutely
we don't know. So that's why
I'm gonna say this: her mental health is just like her counterparts' mental health. So if it's okay for them, it should be okay for her.
That's why. Is it
they
fair?
Mental health look the same?
Is it fair? Like, and that's a question that we should always pose to ourselves as well. Is it fair, and do we fight to make that our fairness like equal? I mean, we've been fighting for equality for a very long time, but what do we do for fairness to really, really take heed in the things that we want out of life? So, yeah, Just, do y'all think these things are fair? What is your opinion on what you think fairness is for these three
Instances.
instances that
Circumstances.
yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's other things out there that we can question if it's fair. All right. This week we are adding a new segment. And the name of this segment is going to be This Day in Black History.
What?
Yes, goodness. July 5th, something significant happened in Black history.
Yes.
And what was that, baby?
Well, on July 5th, 1852, abolitionist leader Frederick Douglass gave the speech, The Meaning of July 4th for the Negro. So Frederick Douglass, an escaped slave who later became a leader in the abolitionist movement, delivered his new iconic speech entitled The Meaning of July 4th for the Negro. The event at Corinthian Hall in Rochester, New York, commemorated the signing of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. Known for his fiery oratory skills, Douglass spoke of the struggle still endured by African American slaves of the era. Of his most memorable lines, "This 4th of July is yours, not mine. You may rejoice, I must mourn." That's heavy, right?
Yeah.
Historians have described it as one of Douglass's most moving in his catalog of speeches.
Absolutely.
And so we got this information from BET.
Shout out to BET.
Yeah.
And that was This Day in Black History. And like I said before, this is going to be a segment we are going to be continuing every week.
Yes.
So y'all look out. It is going to be a fresh event that happens on whatever day it may be.
Every Monday.
Every Monday. I mean, as far as
the black
y'all know what I
event
mean.
was. Yeah.
Yeah. But with that, we continue to we don't continue. We want to say thank you for continuing to check us out, come through, support us, all that good stuff. And we hope that you continue to do that, and we'll continue to bring the content.
Absolutely.
So we'll see y'all next Monday with a hot, fresh topic, and y'all have a blessed one.
Bye.
See y'all later.